Identifying equations as linear and nonlinear. We're going to use the definition of linear equations to determine if equations are linear or nonlinear. So our first example we're going to try is to determine if y equals 3x squared plus 2 is a linear function. So we're going to go ahead and make an xy kind of table, and then we're going to calculate our slope from that. So let's say we have we try x values of 2, 0, -1, and 2. So if we put 2 in for x, 2 squared gives us 4, times 3 gives us 12, plus 2 gives us 14. If we put 0 in for x, we're going to get 0 times 3 plus 2, and that'll just give us a 2. If we put in -1 for x, -1 squared is just 1, times 3 is 3, plus 2 is 5. And if we put 2 in for x, or -2, excuse me, it should be negative, we're going to get 14 again, because that negative will essentially just go away when we square it. So now let's go ahead and calculate our slope. And the slope, you remember, equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So if we do that, we'll have like 14 minus 2 divided by 2 minus 0, and that will give us a 6 for our slope. If we calculate the slope again between the points 0, 2 and -1, 5, we'll have 2 minus 5 over -1, or 0 minus -1. So when we do that, we'll have a -3 for our slope. And let's calculate our slope one last time between the point -1, 5 and -2, 14. And when we do that, we're going to get a -9 divided by a -3, and that just equals 3. So you can see we get different slopes for different points. Different slope means it's not constant, and therefore it's not linear. Linear functions always have a constant slope. Okay, so now let's do this again and determine if y equals 5x plus 3 is linear or nonlinear. So we have our table here again, and let's just test values of 2, 0, 3, and 1. So if we substitute in 2, 2 times 5 is 10, plus 3 gives us 13. 0 times 5 is 0, plus 3 gives us 3. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 3 gives us 18. 1 times 5 is 5, plus 3 gives us 8. So calculating our slope like above, we'll have our 13 minus 3 divided by 2 minus 0. So we'll get a slope of 5. In our next set we'll have 3 minus 18 divided by 0 minus 3. So that would be a -15 over -3, which reduces to just 5. And we have 18 minus 8 over 3 minus 1, which will give us, once again, 5. So our slope is constant. And therefore, it is linear. So this is one way you can use slope to determine if equations are linear or nonlinear.